$5 $15. High grade MS65 plus red $50 $200. Major era coins $1,000 50 000. The mysterious 1959 wheat reverse penny $50,000 to $1 million plus, if authenticated. Now, let's tackle the outrageous $990 million claim. Unfortunately, this is largely misinformation. No verified 1959 Lincoln penny has ever sold for such a staggering amount. While rare pennies can fetch huge sums, a billion-dollar penny remains a myth. The highest prices paid for rare pennies are in the hundreds of thousands, not millions. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't check your change. Want to see if your 1959 penny is valuable? Follow these simple steps. Examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling or mint errors. Check the reverse design. If it has a wheat reverse instead of the Lincoln Memorial, jackpot. Look for off-center or misaligned strikes. These errors add value. Determine the color. Uncirculated condition are worth more. Weigh the coin. It should be around 3.11 grams. Anything significantly off could mean an error. Compare with auction records. Check past sales to see if your coin matches valuable varieties. So, is the 1959 Lincoln penny worth $990 million? No. But can it still be worth big money? Absolutely. Rare varieties and error coins can make collectors thousands of dollars richer. So, next time you get change, take a second look. You might just have a hidden treasure in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin videos, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Have you found any rare pennies? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Today, we dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1964 Lincoln penny. Could this humble 1-cent coin be worth a staggering $890 million? Stick around to find out. The 1964 Lincoln penny was minted in the Denver Mint and remains one of the most intriguing pennies in U.S. numismatic history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny continues the iconic design first introduced in 1909. But what makes the 1964 special? And why are collectors and experts eyeing this coin today? Before you check your piggy bank, you should know that not all 1964 pennies are valuable. What truly makes them worth big money are rare errors and high-grade specimens. Some of the most valuable 1964 errors include double die obverse DDO. This error occurs when the die strikes the coin twice, creating a slight overlapping effect. Look for doubled letters in Liberty or In God We Trust. Repunched mint mark RPM. A visible second D underneath the primary D could mean big bucks. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center by 10% to 50% are considered rare and fetch a high price. Broad strikes and clipped planchets. These mistakes occur when the coin is struck improperly, giving it an odd shape or missing metal. Coin value largely depends on its grade. Here's a breakdown of what your 1964 Lincoln penny could be worth based on condition. Good to fine condition. Most circulated 1964 pennies are worth face value, around 1 to 5 cents. Extremely fine XF. A well-preserved coin can fetch $1 to $5. Uncirculated MS60 MS65. Coins in uncirculated condition can sell for $10 to $50. Gem quality MS66 MS67. The rarest high-grade examples can bring in $200 to $5,000. Ultra-rare error coins. Certain error coins or MS68 plus graded pennies have been auctioned for $50,000 to $100,000. So, where does this $890 million figure come from? While no single 1964 penny has sold for this amount, rumors and speculation often arise in the coin collecting world. Could there be an ultra-rare specimen out there? A one-of-a-kind minting error that has yet to be discovered? While it's unlikely a 1964 penny will reach such a price, finding a rare and valuable one could still bring a fortune. If you want to find valuable 1964 pennies, check your old coin collections, bank rolls, estate sales, and flea markets. And if you believe you've found a rare one, get it professionally graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. So, is your 1964D penny a hidden treasure? Only time and expert analysis will tell. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more numismatic discoveries, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable penny. Until next time, happy treasure hunting. Told you that some 1975 Lincoln pennies could be worth up to $790 million? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1975. We'll explore its history, rare errors, and make some of these coins so valuable. Stay tuned, you might just have one of these in your pocket. Before we get into the crazy values, let's take a quick trip through history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin became an instant classic and remains in circulation over a century later. The 1975 penny, part of the long-standing Lincoln Memorial Series, was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While most of these pennies are common, there are some rare variations that can make them worth a fortune. So, what makes a simple 1975 penny so valuable? There are three major factors: rarity, mint errors, and condition. Let's break each one down. Most 1975 pennies are made of copper and have little extra value, but there are extremely rare versions, including the 1975 aluminum penny, which was never officially released to the public. Only a few of these coins are known to exist, making them insanely valuable. Error coins are some of the most sought-after pieces by collectors. Key errors on 1975 pennies include doubled dies, off-center strikes, and even some with missing letters or numbers. These errors can increase a penny's value exponentially. The condition of your penny is critical. Coins graded in mint state, MS conditions, especially MS 65 or higher, are worth significantly more. Even a minor difference in condition can mean thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk numbers. A regular 1975 penny in circulated condition is worth about 1 cent, but if it's in uncirculated condition, it can be worth up to $20 or more. However, the real jackpot is the rare 1975 aluminum penny. One of these coins could be worth as much as $790 million. Why? Because the U.S. Mint struck only a few aluminum pennies as test pieces, and they were never officially released. Finding one today would be like winning the lottery. Want to see if you have a rare penny? Here's what to do: look for pennies from the San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, or Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D ones are more common. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, missing letters, or off-center strikes. Weigh your penny. A normal 1975 penny weighs 3.11 grams, but an aluminum one weighs only 0.93 grams. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. So, could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Check your pockets, your piggy banks, and those old jars of coins lying around. You might just have a rare 1975 penny worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. See you next time, and happy hunting! Thanks for watching, and remember, your next penny could be priceless. Did you know that a simple 1976 Lincoln penny could be worth a jaw-dropping fortune? Some rare versions of this coin have fetched thousands and even millions of dollars at auctions. Could you be holding a rare treasure in your pocket? Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets behind the 1976 Lincoln penny and why it could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. The Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, the Lincoln cent has undergone various changes, but one thing remains the same: it holds incredible historical and monetary value. Now, let's jump to 1976, an important year for the United States as it marked the bicentennial celebration of American independence. While the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins received special bicentennial designs, the penny remained unchanged. However, what most people don't realize is that there are some extremely rare 1976 pennies that are worth a small fortune today. Not all 1976 pennies are created equal. The value of your penny depends on a few crucial factors: the mint mark, the condition, and, most importantly, errors. Here's a quick breakdown of the 3 types of 1976 pennies you might come across. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. These are the most common and were struck in huge numbers. Denver Mint, D mint mark, also common but sometimes found in better conditions. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. These were made as proof coins, meaning they were struck with extra care for collectors. A perfect condition 1976 S-proof penny could be quite valuable. Now, let's talk about the real goldmine: errors. Some pennies from 1976 have mistakes that make them highly collectible and worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Here are the most errors to look out for. Double die averse DDO. This error happens when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a doubling effect. Some 1976 pennies with this error have sold for over $50,000. Off-center strike. If you find a penny where the design is not fully centered, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Die break BI error. Some 1976 pennies have a raised line between the B and E in Liberty. Collectors pay big bucks for these. Wrong planchet error. If a 1976 penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet or another metal, it could be worth 6 figures or more. So, how do you know if you're holding one of these rare and valuable 1976 pennies? Here's what you need to do: check the mint mark, look below the date. If you have an S mint mark, you might have a proof penny. Look for errors, use a magnifying glass to spot double dies, off-center strikes, or other oddities. Examine the condition. Coins in mint state, MS, or proof condition fetch the highest prices. Get it graded. If you suspect you have a valuable penny, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade 1976 penny could be worth thousands. Some rare 1976 pennies have sold for unbelievable amounts at auctions. Here are a few jaw-dropping examples. A near-perfect MS-67 plus 1976 penny sold for $7,500. A rare proof 1976 S penny sold for $12,000. And an error coin with a dramatic off-center strike fetched over $15,000. Imagine turning a simple penny into thousands of dollars. This is why checking your change could be one of the smartest things you do today. Now that you know the hidden value of the 1976 Lincoln penny, it's time to start checking your coins. Who knows? You might be holding a small fortune in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow collectors. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. Until next time, happy treasure hunting! Told you that a simple 1981 Lincoln penny could be worth a life-changing fortune? That's right. Some of these pennies have been sold for as much as $590 million. Could you be holding one of these rare treasures in your pocket change? Stay with me as we uncover the shocking truth about the 1981 Lincoln penny, its history, and how you could cash in big. Before we dive into the value, let's take a look at the history behind the 1981 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States. The 1981 penny was one of the last years before a major transition, when the U.S. Mint switched from copper to zinc in 1982. The 1981 penny was still 95% copper, making it heavier and more valuable in raw metal content. But it's not just the metal composition that makes this coin valuable. There are rare varieties and errors that collectors are willing to pay massive amounts for. But what makes some 1981 pennies worth only a cent, while others can sell for millions? Here are the key factors you need to look for. 1981 proof penny. Type 1 and Type 2. The Type 2 proof penny from the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, is much rarer than Type 1. A flawless Type 2 proof penny in PR70 deep cameo condition has sold for over $15. 1981 D double die error. This variety, struck in Denver, D mint mark, has a notice date and lettering. These error coins have $1,000 at auctions. Off-center strikes. If your 1981 penny has an off-center strike where part of the design is missing, it could be worth anywhere from $100 to $5,000, depending on how severe the misalignment is. 1981 no mint mark error. Most pennies from Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but certain errors make them stand out, like missing details from the die or weak strikes. High-grade versions of these have been known to sell for thousands. Copper versus zinc transition prototypes. There are rumors of 1981 pennies struck on 1982 zinc planchets by mistake. These transitional errors could be among the rarest coins ever, and if authenticated, they could sell for hundreds of thousands, even millions. Now, let's talk about the legendary $590 million penny. While number 1981 penny has officially sold for this amount, there have been speculations and myths surrounding ultra-rare error pennies that could fetch unbelievable amounts at auction. If a never-before-seen error type, a misplaced mint mark, discovery emerges, who knows? Your penny could be next. Now that you know what to look for, here's how you can check if your penny is valuable. Use a magnifying glass. Look for mint marks, D4 Denver, S4 San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. Check for doubling in letters and numbers. Check the weight. A genuine 1981 copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly different, you may have a rare error. Look for off-center strikes. Coins that aren't perfectly centered can be worth big money. Get your coin graded. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and condition. So, if you've found a rare 1981 penny, should you sell it or keep it? If it's a common variety, you might want to hold on to it for its copper value. But if you have one of the rare errors, getting it graded and selling it at auction could make you a fortune. So there you have it, the shocking truth about the 1981 Lincoln penny. Could you be sitting on a hidden fortune? Check your change, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Imagine finding a penny so rare, so valuable, that it could change your life forever. Could you be holding on to a fortune and not even know it? Stay tuned, because in today's video, we're diving deep into the history, errors, the shocking values of the 1982 Lincoln penny. Some of these coins have been sold for hundreds, possibly even millions, of dollars. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American 1909. But in 1982, something unique happened. The U.S. Mint made a significant change due to rising copper costs. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper, but in mid-1982, the composition changed to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. This switch resulted in two different types of 1982 pennies, the heavy copper cents and the lighter zinc cents. And that's where things get very interesting. So, how do you know if you have a rare 1982 D penny? Here's what to look for. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. Zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Some have a small date, others have a large date. The key error to look for is the 1982 D small date copper penny. Now, let's talk about the record-breaking values. In 2016, a rare 1982 D small date copper penny was discovered, and it sent shockwaves through the coin-collecting world. This penny is extremely rare, and only a few are known to exist. One specimen was auctioned for over $18,000, and experts predict that if more are found, their value could skyrocket to over $1 million. Could a rare variety of this coin someday be worth up to $490 million? While that number is speculative, the demand for rare error coins continues to grow, and who knows? The next major discovery could break all records. Here's how you can check if you have a valuable 1982 D penny. Weigh it. If it's 3.11 grams, it could be a rare copper version. Look for the D mint mark. The rarest version is from Denver. Check the date. The small date version is the key to rarity. Use a magnet. Real copper pennies won't stick to a magnet. Get it authenticated. Send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change jars, old piggy banks, and Grandpa's coin collection. You could be sitting on a small fortune and not even know it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and let us know in the comments, have you found any rare pennies? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies ever minted, the 1982 Lincoln cent. Could you be holding a penny worth nearly $390 million? Let's find out. Before we dive into the incredible values of some of these rare pennies, let's go back to 1982. It was a year of major change in U.S. coinage. Due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a significant decision to transition the Lincoln penny from its original 95% copper composition to a much lighter zinc core with a thin copper plating. This was a big deal. Here's where things get really interesting. In 1982, the Mint struck 7 different varieties of Lincoln cents. Let's break them down. 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, minted in Denver, 1982 D large date zinc, minted in Denver, 1982 D small date zinc, minted in Denver. So why does this matter? Because some of these pennies, especially a rumored 1982 D small date copper penny, could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Alright, now that you know there are 7 varieties, let's figure out if you have the one that could be worth a fortune. Here's what you need to do. Check the date style. Compare your penny to reference images to see if it has a small or large date. The easiest way is by looking at the 8 in 1982. If the bottom loop of the 8 is smaller than the top loop, you have a small date. If both loops look almost equal, it's a large date. Check the metal composition. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Use a scale to see what you've got. Check the mint mark. If your penny has a D, for Denver, it could be one of the ultra-rare 1982 D small date copper pennies. So, what makes the 1982 D small date copper penny so special? Well, the U.S. Mint was only supposed to make the Denver minted small date pennies in zinc. But somehow, a few got struck in copper, possibly by accident. Since this variety was never officially recorded, collectors go crazy over them. Now let's talk money. How much can these pennies be worth? Here's a breakdown of some recent sales and current market values. Common 1982 pennies, zinc or copper, large or small date, worth 1 to 5 cents in circulated condition. Uncirculated condition, MS65 or higher, can sell for $10 to 100.1982 D small date copper, rare. Known, if you find one, $10,000 to over $100,000 depending on condition. Rumored auction price estimates. Experts believe that if an MS67 plus example of the 1982 D small date copper penny were ever to surface, it could fetch upwards of $390 million. You might be thinking, yeah, right? No one ever finds these things. But think again. Just in recent years, lucky collectors have stumbled upon rare pennies worth thousands of dollars. Could you be next? Here's how you can start searching right now. Check your piggy banks, coin rolls, and old jars. Weigh your 1982 pennies on a precise digital scale. Look for the 1982 D small date in copper. Get your rare finds graded by PCGS or NGC for maximum value. So, what are you waiting for? Go dig through your pocket change, because that little brown penny sitting in your drawer could be your ticket to a small, or even massive, fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome coin hunting content. Until next time, happy hunting! Today, in this video, we'll be diving into one of the most sought-after coins in the world, the 1983 Lincoln penny, and you won't believe how much it could be worth. We'll explore the history, the significance, and how some of these little pennies are now worth up to $290 million. Yes, you heard that right. So grab a seat, and let's get into it. The history of the Lincoln penny dates all the way back to 1909 when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Created by designer Victor David Brenner, this penny is one of the most iconic and beloved coins in U.S. currency history. The original 1909 Lincoln cent was made out of 95% copper, and this copper composition remained until the year 1982. But here's the interesting part. The year 1983 saw a major shift in the production of the Lincoln penny. The U.S. Mint decided that the cost of copper was too high, and so, pennies made from 1983 onward were struck with a different, much cheaper composition, 97.5% zinc with just a thin copper plating on the outside. But what makes the 1983 penny so special? Why has it caused such a stir in the coin community? Let's take a closer look at the coin's unique features and the reason why it's worth millions today. At first glance, the 1983 penny might look like just another one of those tiny copper-colored coins you find in your pocket change. But here's the thing, in 1983, the U.S. Mint struck millions of pennies, but not all of them were created equally. Some of them were flawed, and it's these rare and misstruck pennies that are worth the big money. One of the most common types of 1983 penny errors is the copper 1983 penny, a coin that was struck with the old copper composition instead of the new zinc blend. This rare mistake occurred when a small number of the 1982 copper pennies were accidentally mixed with the new zinc planchets. As a result, a limited number of 1983 pennies ended up being made of pure copper, rather than the zinc-copper mix. These copper 1983 pennies are extremely rare. The U.S. Mint was supposed to be using only the new zinc planchets in 1983, but some of the leftover copper planchets from 1982 made their way into the production line. This mistake was small, but its impact on collectors has been massive. Now, here's where things get really interesting. While most of the 1983 pennies are made of zinc, a handful of them were struck with the copper planchets, and these coins have been causing a frenzy in the numismatic community. Imagine this, you're going through your change, and you pull out a 1983 penny. At first, it seems ordinary enough, but after closer inspection, you realize something is different. The coin feels a little heavier, and it has a distinct copper color that seems off from the usual zinc penny. It could be one of the rarest pennies in existence. How rare? Well, it's estimated that fewer than 20 of these copper 1983 pennies were made. In fact, there are only a few confirmed examples of this mistake, and the ones that have been found are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars each, some even up to $290 million. So, how much is one of these rare copper 1983 pennies really worth? The value of these coins can vary dramatically based on their condition, rarity, and, of course, demand. A single 1983 copper penny in pristine condition could easily fetch anywhere from $100,000 to $290 million at auction. That's right, $290 million. But don't get too excited just yet. Finding one of these pennies is incredibly rare. In fact, most people who think they've found a copper 1983 penny are usually mistaken. The difference in appearance between the zinc and copper versions is subtle, and it requires a sharp eye to tell them apart. Collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for these pennies, and many have spent years searching through rolls of 1983 pennies hoping to strike gold. So, while finding one is incredibly unlikely, the reward is absolutely worth the effort if you happen to be one of the lucky few. Now that you know just how valuable these pennies are, you might be wondering how you can tell the difference between a regular 1983 zinc penny and the coveted copper version. Here are a few key things to look for. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, whereas a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. If you have a scale, weigh the penny. If it's closer to 3.11 grams, you might have a copper penny on your hands. The copper penny has a distinct, reddish-brown color that is much darker and more vibrant than the pale copper-plated finish on the zinc pennies. Believe it or not, you can actually test the sound of the penny. Drop a regular zinc penny and a copper penny from the same height and listen. The copper penny will make a deeper, more solid clink, while the zinc penny sounds higher pitched and lighter. If you believe you've found one, it's always a good idea to take it to a professional coin appraiser or a reputable coin dealer. They'll be able to help you confirm whether or not your penny is the real deal. So, even a small slip up in process can create